All right, guys, we are back for another episode number 4 of the Matt and Mac show. Guys, welcome to the live show. Appreciate you being here, Mac. How you doing, brother? You just got back in from the gym, 45-minute drive?
Yeah, my gym is a little distance.
Yes.
Yeah, but they got everything I need. That's why I go to that gym.
Yeah, I like the gym you're in. It doesn't look busy for one, which I
Nah, nah, it's not gonna ever be like that because it's around the clock, and whether like the employees leave at a certain time and you
yeah.
still got access to it no matter a holiday or not.
Yeah, my gym is a fucking zoo. It's a zoo and I fucking have no choice, but so gotta it sucks. It really does. But it is what it is. Um So yeah, man, lots to talk about. As I was leading up to this whole week, letting you guys know that me and Mac were going to be on the Menace podcast, and that just dropped this afternoon, and it was a good one, man. It was 2 hours long, just me and you on there shooting the shit with Dennis and Milos and Chris Cormier. It's fucking awesome. How did you feel being on that show?
Well, shit, I do a lot of shows, so it was
Mm.
just like any other one to me.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, it was cool because like I'm familiar with everyone, and then me and Cormier, like shit,
yeah,
me and Cormier tight. Like we probably talk maybe I don't know, maybe about 20, 10, 20 times a day.
yeah. It's
Like
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, we talk a lot, and it's been like that for years though. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Dex too. Shit, I was talking to Dexter. Yeah, that was yesterday. I was talking to Dexter
hmm,
because I seen him on the interview that he did with Olympia TV.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
so
saw that too.
yeah, I hit him up about that and was giving him a heads up about the Menace with us being on there and
Yeah.
everything. And the funny thing about it is he didn't even see the interview that he was on. I said, dude, how you didn't watch it? I said, you know, he was like, man, Labrada, where did you find it at? I say, YouTube, the same place it just aired. He was
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, it was cool. That was a dope interview of him because he got to share more stuff than he ever did with people as well. You know, a lot of stuff I already be knowing, but that's his story to tell. You know what I'm saying? And he got to share a lot of great insight to him retiring. What was he feeling leading up to it, and everything else, the different protocols and all of that stuff. So yeah, because I talked to him about a lot of that crap already, but to
Yeah.
actually see him on there and Bob Chicaro and Tarek and all of the rest of the guys on there, you know, they was real respectful and and it just looked good on his part. So I
Hmm.
had to let him know about that. Then I told him how I brought him up in the Menace podcast as
Yes.
well. So
Yes, he did.
yeah, so he be alert on a lot of this stuff as it is because he's still active. It's just he's retired.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. The great Dexter Jackson, most consistent bodybuilder in the world, in my opinion, and
yeah.
most shredded guy up there. I mean, just ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, it was a good show. My experience being on that podcast was a little bit surreal because I've been watching that show for years, and to be able to have 2 hours of Dennis James, Milos, and Chris Cormier's time, these legends in our sport is like it was amazing for me to experience that and be a part of that. So it was cool. It's cool to be there. It was weird seeing my face on the thumbnail of the show because I'm just used to seeing all these other people. So it was kind of cool, and really appreciate
Right.
a shout out to Dennis James and Milos and Chris Cormier for giving us their time and having us on because I mean they have big guests on there. Phil Heath was on there the week before. They've all the pro like the top names in bodybuilding, and for them to take time out of their day to do that and give me and you a space means something. Means we're doing something right. And so, I really do appreciate that. So we'll kind of go into it a little bit because we said some things on the show, and now we could maybe give a little bit of context to it. So we'll do like I do the normal live reaction to the Menace podcast, and then I'll stop it and we can kind of give our context of what we were kind of talking about. And we'll start off with the Samson blocking Milos and Dennis and I guess now Chris. So let's just roll into there.
It's almost like here, fuck you. I don't know why, but fuck you. You blocked. I survived, man. I cried this whole week, man. I'm over it now. I'm over it now. I'm good. Milos, are you still sad?
He looks salty. I was never salty. What are you guys talking about? No, seriously. I mean, let's have an open discussion. I mean, kinda, all of you were on my case. Like, why am I so soft and not saying anything, keeping it to myself, and basically protecting Samson? So, on that note, before we start, have I publicly said a single bad word about Samson?
No,
Not one.
The only thing that I see in the comments is people said that you said he was lazy with cardio. He wasn't doing enough cardio, so they're taking that as negative.
Well, I didn't read that one.
When did he ever say that? Where did he say that?
No. Okay, so let's be particular, because when you say lazy with the cardio, he sounds bad.
Yes,
He could have done more cardio.
Right.
It's a little bit different, you know.
people are spinning it that way.
They always spin the way they want it and say, "Oh yeah, I need to stay."
Yeah. So I saw that in the comments on one of the videos that I posted. I have to go back and try and find it. And it was people saying, well, Milos is calling Samson lazy. He's not doing enough cardio. That's not me saying that. I never said that. So just wanted to point that out. Milos is, telling the truth there. He's just saying that he didn't do enough cardio. But then people will spin it and say, hey, he's being lazy. So again, I wanted to put that into context.
I need to, attract attention and all that shit or whatever. First, on that note, have I ever jumped on the stage when he won and wanted to be celebrated and all up in the video? Okay. I'm a part of the podcast that is a round table, so we talk.
Yeah.
Then it starts to open, topics and we talk about it. So
And just Milos, hold your thought. And for the people that say all we talk about Samson and other shit, listen, if you're one of the top guys, you're hot. That's what we talk about.
Yeah.
So this is again, man, like I get clapped back for talking about Samson, and Dennis James is making a good point. If you're the top guy in the fucking industry, we're gonna talk about you, and you can put your shit on social media, and do the things he's been doing. We're gonna talk about you. So I just had to, point that out because people do clap back in the comments and say enough about Samson, enough about Samson. Well, everything's happening about Samson every week, something new, or he's doing something crazy, and we have to talk about it. So that's part of the show. That's all it is. We're not hating on Samson. We're just pointing out some of the opinions. Stating opinions. Yeah. So
there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. And that's what Dennis James is doing. That's what Milos is doing. That's what Premier is doing. And a lot of people are like, you guys are hating. How are we like, again, I don't need to go on about it. We're not hating. Okay? We're just critiquing these guys' physiques and we're just putting out our opinions.
But, yeah.
Drop out of the top 10 and see how quick we forget about you. So as long as you are hot, please, that's just the way it is. If you don't have skin thick enough, that's what you need to work on. Go ahead, Milos. I'm sorry.
So I just want to set the stage so we are on the same page. First, because you guys, Mac and Matt, you're in it, you're listening, observing. So whatever is out there, So if I said something bad, you guys would know. Now let's go further. Did I do anything bad? I mean, think about it. So for you guys that don't know exact history, John Meadows dies, South.
There's that. Let's go through some of the sections that we talked about, guys. We got into a good debate on the Olympia, Mr. Olympia of all time.
Well, also,
Is there any other parts that we know?
The Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh. We can roll into that one right now, and then we'll talk about the Pittsburgh Pro.
I think he said he didn't utilize anything that Milos told him.
He used it with his clients.
He did it on other people.
Why do you think, Chris, why do you think I asked the Milos the question later? I said, Milos, so you told me I should take 150 milligrams of Vinstrol, or you advised me. You didn't tell me. You advised me. And I only did 50. So does that mean you only coached me a third, and the other 2/3 I coached myself? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Guys, let's talk about some real good stuff now.
Yeah.
Hey, Pittsburgh Pro coming up in just a couple of days. Pittsburgh Pro coming up in a couple of days. I saw
So this is, again, we recorded this on Tuesday of this week. So obviously the news came out about Big Ramy on Thursday this week. So this is a little bit not accurate with what our assessment was going to be for the Pittsburgh Pro since Big Ramy dropped out.
Andrew Jet.
I don't see Big Ramy up on that stage.
No, I saw I don't know what it was. Some on YouTube where somebody said he saw what Ramy looked like. Oh, really? And I was like, there's no fucking way. Because they're still looking at those videos he posted.
The old, the recent one. I think it looked
10 years.
This wasn't actually the video that I was referring to. He posted a video in his stories, and he's wearing a shirt and he was doing like incline chest press, and that's the video I was referring to that I thought was recent. So not this video. This, I obviously know that video, but we can jump into the Pittsburgh Pro. I got Gilco ready to go, so I'm just gonna stop the share and then get to that, guys. And you can kind of give me your opinion, Mac, on what you saw at the show and what you're thinking of all the athletes, and then we'll break it down from there, because I'm getting some clackback from my assessment of Andrew Jacked. So let's go through the list here. Share my screen again. Okay, we'll start with Martin. Mac, what was your assessment of Martin at this guest posing 1 week out from the New York Pro?
Martin's for to be 1 week out, he still was extremely soft to me. He's in shape, but to be 1 week out, he's still soft to me personally. Because but it's kind of hard because you got off-season guys guest posing with two guys that's a week out from competition. So when you see someone a week out, you expect them to be already majorly grainy, hard, super vascular. But his shape and his muscle tie-in is so amazing. So it's like I expect a whole lot more from him, like if he can get harder, because it's still more than just a film of water.
Okay, so that's what I agree with you. 100% agree with your assessment of him from the front. He looks soft. It's weird because he's shredded from the back. So
yeah, like I can't understand how these guys can be so soft in the front, but the rear, because normally it's the opposite, and the rear is so dry, the glutes and the lower back, and like areas where water was sit and fat was sit, they don't have it from the rear, but from the front it's just so soft. Like he just got to be a whole lot dry and extremely hard. He need to be Tonio dryness and hardness in order to upset the show.
Yeah, agreed. So my assessment is pretty much spot on with Mac's assessment. He's soft from the front. The quads they look soft from the front until he squeezes down. You can see the feathers. But in the midsections, the abs, this looks soft. And from the front bicep, it looks soft. So you're not seeing a ton of vascularity, of dryness and sharpness in the physique from the front. So you compare that to Nick. We'll take a look at Nick, and you're going to see, the difference there. Let's go to Nick so we can just do a comparison, because these guys are battling each other in 1 week. Now, let's pause it there, Mac. Are you noticing anything?
You said what?
I'll pause it here. Just, are you noticing anything on Nick in this particular?
I see a 10-month-old pregnancy. Like Nick, he did not control his waist and midsection worth a damn setting up in that position. But the thing is, when it's go time, He don't make these type of mistakes. So I'm not going to hold that against him, but I expected so much more from Nick. You see, and it's like he have no sweeps on those legs to where he can't afford to set up the way that he did because he highlighted a wide waist and a really small lower half.
Yeah.
You know, he can't make those type of mistakes like that, whether he gas posing or not, because when he in combat mode on that stage, he don't make those type of mistakes, but he just made them mistakes too many times during his gas posing. Entirely too many times.
Yeah, let's keep watching. Yeah, man, and even there you can kind of see it. Just I've always been hard on Nick Walker in his midsection, and
like here is perfect, is good, it's the best that Nick is gonna do for Nick. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just with judging this, he don't have New York Pro locked in. He's going to be challenged with judging this because he don't look Nick a week out last year would have smoked this. He looked worse than what he looked last year. And I don't know if it's because of all the hype. I don't know if it's because he let it get in his head that we want to see a big Nick. No, Nick, play your game. Play your game. Fuck what people want to see. Play your game, because apparently he gave us a really big Nick in it. That midsection suffered.
Yeah. I was so impressed with his density and the thickness. He's conditioned too, for sure. The lighting in the background may kind of be skewing things a bit here for us, and he's not fully tanned. They just slapped a tan on him in the back, so it's not the type of tan we're going to see in a week with these guys. And the midsection was a bit of an issue. Okay. Guys in the comments are saying, Matt, you're not being hard on Nick's waist anymore. But you've changed. I'm like, in the Instagram photos,
like you see it when you see it.
Yeah. Like in Instagram photos, it looks like he improved some things and he's accentuating his waist. His delts are wider. So I was like, okay, his waist is still wide. His waist didn't get smaller. His delts just got wider. So that's what I've been saying. His waist is still an issue. He knows it. He's been on my show and he said that I have a problem with my waist. It's genetics. I got a big fucking waist. So now it was really evident here. And I think he would have done himself better if he would have controlled that in between the transitions. And he didn't. He just let it just slump right out, man. And then the
rookie mistakes.
Yeah, man. So, and he's so dedicated and focused that you think he wouldn't have made that mistake, but he did. And all the podcasters are picking it up. All the channels are talking about his waist, that it's a big deal. And that's going to affect his momentum a bit, I think.
Oh, it just gave Quentin all the momentum in the world, you know, and Antonio. But this is the thing right here. We so caught up on these fucking pictures where you could pause, get a good angle, and people's just expecting so much more. You see what I'm saying? Nick need to start getting video of him going into his transition so he could get criticized and know, like, okay, I need to hold it. Because I know once he watched this watch the playback for himself, I know he looked like, damn, I made a lot of rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
He's too far in the game to make these mistakes.
Yeah, and after seeing this, do you still think Nick's going to win the New York Pro?
No, he's going to have his work cut out for him. He's not a shoe-in. It's a 50-50. It's two peoples that I feel is a 50-50 on his ass because they already conditioned, they already hard, and that's Quentin and that's Tonio. Now, Beef Stew, his conditioning is on point, but not to knock Nick out. Okay, and then you also have Martin Fishwater. He's not hard at all to stand next to Nick, even in his guest posing, to match conditioning to conditioning. Now he have a different set of glutes on him from Nick. Nick don't have deep striated glutes, but he have really thin skin on his glutes. His glutes they're shredded, but they're not deep cutted. So deep cuts, and that doesn't matter. As long as the skin is thin, is what the judges is worrying about seeing. Now, the two that can upset it, that right now, that can challenge him and could potentially take it away from him, is Quentin, if he come in fuller, and Tonio, if Tonio just play his game and get his legs deeper lines. If he display those deep lines that I seen at the Cal in New York last year, he's going to do good. And at the Olympia, he had deep lines. That's how he took 8th. So Antonio got to play that game, because ain't nobody going to be able to play the size game with Nick. Let's just put it out there. But looking at this right now, I give it to him. You can't tell which hamstring was injured. I give it to him.
No.
Hard work and everything, but he just made too many rookie mistakes in those transitions to where that it already threw me off of seeing him having to battle for that New York Pro. Like, he was a shoe-in at first with me, but with seeing these rookie mistakes, it's like, damn, because they both, Quentin and him, have the same coach. So they have the same fucking coach. And that coach brings every athlete of his in super shredded, super hard, and full. It's just, can Quentin, with his height, put enough thickness in there to challenge him? Yeah. Because he's not going to walk in and grab it. He's going to be challenged with judging off of this. Nick been gone off the stage too long, because right now, this don't even look. The Arnold when he lost to Samson was better than this right here.
Yeah, again, I think it's like I'm still thinking that Nick is going to dominate and win the New York Pro pretty handily by the scorecards. Because the more I watch this video, the more I can see his hardness compared to Martin, and probably in a sense compared to Tonio. Just the density, the quads, the thickness of his muscle, the full pecs developed. Tonio doesn't have those pecs. The delts, he's just gonna
frame, apples oranges.
Smaller frame. Yeah, he's just gonna fucking be so much bigger than Tony. It doesn't matter about size all the time, but the combination of size and conditioning should do enough to take him out. Again, this guy is third best in the world from 2022, because he didn't compete in 2023. And I just think the more I see, I can see how much density he has. And I just think this video, the backdrop, the lighting is a little weird, and it's kind of washing them out. There's too much front light on them. So when they get up on the main stage in New York, I think he's going to look different and better lighting. And people will be like, oh, okay, that's the Nick Walker we remember seeing.
I'm talking about his shape. I'm not talking about the detail of his muscle, because you can't take nothing away from his conditioning. You can't take nothing away from that hardness. I'm talking about that shape. I'm talking about that gut wide as a PT Cruiser, and in the middle of transitions. Yeah. And setting up for the relax. Yeah. Look how wide it is. Like right now.
There he did it better. He held it. But the first thing, like you said, when it came out, it was just boom.
Yeah, but the first impression,
that was the first impression.
It overrides how well you do down the line. Like, look at that right there. Look how big that shit is with that crab he just did.
Yeah.
It was a whole tire around it. Look at all that. You see? So, like, I'm looking at it with a non-biased eye. And looking at it with a non-biased eye, with him next to someone with a tiny waist, with just enough density and hardness to their muscle and conditioning, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he's making rookie mistakes right now, because he's playing the fucking size game when he's already the thickest out there right now. Yeah. There's no need to play the size game. You play Nick Walker game. That's it. Just play your game. No one is going to challenge him when he play his game. But you got to remember, Nick have a lot of things against him because of his genetic makeup. So he can't afford to make the mistakes. And he's making the mistakes with this guest posing. I just expected more with him being a week out. And with him being a week out, his display that it's not about to be he about to just go run through it. It's not going to be no cakewalk.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's move on. We got some other guys here. We want to talk. We did Martin. Let's do Andrew. This is where I'm going to get some clap back. So your assessment, people kind of seem to already know my opinion. What's your opinion on Andrew's performance here?
Well, to me, this is off-season guest posing. Mm-hmm. You could go back 10 years. You don't even got to go back 10 years. We could just go back to when Sean Roden won a guest pose. Yeah. The average bodybuilder back then would get fat. That's not fat on him.
Okay.
He has a lot of lean muscle, and then he's showing abs the whole time. And his legs are bigger. Yep. So that's coming off of a clean off season with gains. That's bodybuilding right there. That's what
Yeah.
bodybuilding is. Ronnie used to have a really wide waist when he was on guest posing and fluffy legs and all of this. But now in today's time, I think Andrew Jack did a clean off season, and it's not going to take him no time to get that off because the man metabolism is fast. It's easy.
Did you work out with him? Did you say you were training or something with him somewhere?
No, not Andrew. I was talking about with the other guy from the podcast.
Okay.
Podcast, I'll show you going on. Me and him
trained
out at the same gym for some time.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not Andrew. Heck no.
Okay.
Andrew still he getting trained by my old coach.
Yes, Psycho.
See, look at that midsection. The midsection tells it all. Look at the vascularity in his lats. That's a clean off-season bulk. That's super clean. That's not sloppiness.
And I agree with what your assessment. He does look bigger. His abs are lean. And he's 11 weeks out from the Texas Pro. He's not doing the Dubai Pro. That's been confirmed. He's just doing the Texas Pro. And to me, like, I don't know, I guess to me, off season is like you're full on, you're like 5 months away from a show, full blown off season. That's off season. But for me, this guy's in prep mode. He's 11 weeks out. I would just think he would be a little bit leaner for that. That's all, because I have that fucking high expectation for this guy because he's so genetically gifted. And I guess I just look at it through a different lens when I see a guy that's 11 weeks out from a show and he's already struggling with that dryness and that peeled look to bring that to the stage. And then when I see, well, man, he's got to fucking dig. He's going to dig for this one, right? He's going to fucking dig. I hope he can.
Heck no, that ain't no struggle because he's coming off of a off season. And coming off of an off season, being this lean where you can still see a full 6-pack, you can see vascularity in the lats. That come down the line. 11 weeks is more than enough time. I trained around Sean Roden for years. 6 weeks out, he's still fat.
Yeah.
And then he shows up on that Olympia stage, super shredded. You see what I'm saying? And off season, Sean never was this lean off season. Never was this lean. So I'm like, 11 weeks is nothing. He probably just now about to start kicking in heavy on the gear.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. He got detail in his legs. His legs, remember I was saying on the Menace, the bigger the quads are, the harder it is to show cuts and separation in the quads. His quads are nearly twice the size they were before. Now, it's just a matter if he's going to hold a lot of that when he's coming down. But I have no doubt in him being ready for that show 2 weeks out. 2 weeks before that show, he's going to be ready. I can pretty much guarantee it. The coach that he has is no joke. The trainer that he has is no joke. So 11 weeks is nothing because Psycho had 12 weeks to work with me from being 210, 205 pounds, no gear for 2 years. Then we had to start putting gear in for 12 weeks, and then I wind up looking phenomenal, turn pro.
Yeah.
So most people's wouldn't do that. Most people's, because off season, I don't believe in getting big. Off season, I believe in dropping down to 210 pounds, 205.
Yeah.
And then I believe in right when I got shows in mind, when I'm like maybe 3 months out or whatever, then I just start slowly putting stuff in. So I don't believe in getting big like this, too much on the heart.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I see your points, and I guess because of the track record he's been with Chris Aceto, great coach, and he's never been able to bring it. He was very conditioned at the Arnold. He looked really, really good at the Texas Pro, but he wasn't peeled. But he wasn't, the competition wasn't really big there, so he was able to kind of walk through with that one. And then when he gets to Olympia, he's so genetically gifted, he gets up into that top 5, no problem, but then he doesn't go any further. And because he doesn't bring that hard conditioning, and then, you'll say, he had a rough year last year and he was going through some shit and he didn't really focus and whatever. He was burnt out. So I don't want to make excuses for him, but I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, you're going to be up against guys like Hottie and Derek Lunsford and Nick Walker who are fucking dried out and hard as nails. And then you got beautiful physique like Andrew Jacked, who he easily beats all of their shape, but he doesn't have the fucking conditioning.
You know the difference, though. You know the difference between him and those three. You got to remember, Andrew Jack never was a bodybuilder. He never trained like a bodybuilder. He only got like maybe 3 years under his belt of doing this as a bodybuilder, and the leaps and bounds that he accomplished with not much experience, and then doing posing routines. You got people who've been doing this forever that still can't accomplish that. So it's like he was just a heavy weightlifting influencer YouTuber.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Weightlifting and bodybuilding is two different things. So you got to put all into consideration, because his body got to mature to where he got to learn how to connect his glutes and hamstrings and shit to where when he goes side chest, that's why his side chest, he doesn't have it, because he don't know how to connect them glutes and that hamstring to where you don't lock your glutes and suck your hamstring up and all of this, make the hamstring loose and jiggly so it can hang. He don't know that yet, because this is still new to him. So everybody is cramming this down his throat because we got high expectations for him. But with bodybuilding, you know, it takes time. We got to be nearly 10 years in before we really understand what our body is going to do. And he had a short window. He just like Rubio. That's another one that don't have that much time in doing this. But to us, we watching him for 3 years or so, and it seemed like we've been watching him forever. But the time that we watched him, he just started bodybuilding. So I take all that into consideration, and I look at all of it. I weigh it all out, and I'm like, damn, the dude is great for not doing this shit. You know?
He is. I don't dispute any of that. That's not the main thing I'm always going to be sticking around is the condition. I say the same thing about Samson Dauda. You can,
Matt, not to cut you off, go back to when he tried to do the side.
I know. I can't. Let me see if I can.
He doesn't. When he tried to do when he went and tried to do the side chest, he can't even pull it together. He don't know how to mind connect that shit from the side. He know how to do everything from the front, everything from the back to extent, but them sides, he don't know yet, because he still haven't learned how to connect it. That's hard, and it comes with time. But I got to give it to him. With the little experience that he has, you can tell that he's paying attention, and you can tell that he's a hard worker, because this guy don't really eat but 3 meals anyway, 4 tops. So you can tell that he's a hard worker for someone, but he's not a hard worker as a bodybuilder. So it's a difference. He's not a hard working bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think because I didn't expect him to look this good, first off. When I seen him walking in that mall or hotel, I expected him to come in looking like Sean Roden did that year after he won.
Okay.
Like Sean Roden was just a water bag out there.
Yeah.
That's what I expected. So I had low expectations. So that's why I think I'm looking at it like, okay, I'll weigh out all of the pros and the cons and actually look at, okay, what have he really done in this? And how far and how long have he done it? He ain't really been doing it that long. That's why Hottie and Derek, they have it because they haven't got off the brakes, and they've been doing it for a long while. Like his 11 weeks out, my 11 weeks out looks better than his. Why? Yeah. I've been doing it longer than him.
Yes.
I know how to, you know what I'm saying? But he would dog walk me. Once it's time, he would dog walk my ass.
Yeah, I just like I said, he's done a lot of shows. He's not like he's done one show like
he's done a lot of shows. But time,
the Olympias.
So. He done a lot of shows, but the time, them shows is not gonna give him all the experience so fast. It's just we throwing him out there and we expecting so much because we really thought that he could have been Mr. Olympia by now. Same thing with Samson.
Yes, and I'm not a hater on Andrew at all. The guys in the comments,
not at all.
No,
not at all.
He can be the Mr. Olympia. It's pretty obvious, but the conditioning is going to hold him back, and then that's why I'm pushing this conditioning, because that's going to hold him back. That's the only thing. It's not his shape. It's not his size. He's fucking huge, so that's not lacking. It's his conditioning. So that's the brunt of my criticism of Andrew. I'm not saying he can't be Mr. Olympia. So that's a whole nother story. Okay, so that's Andrew's assessment. At the end of the day, MacTrucc had a great opinion of him for this show. He looked really good. I think he looks huge, big and full. I just would have
The
liked to see
biggest
him.
person out there.
He's definitely he towered over it. All these guys are 5'6". He's what, 6'1", 6'2" almost. So it was dominating. Same with Samson.
Yeah.
Hunter, 300 pounds.
Oh man,
What do you think?
Hunter, dude. Hunter is like man, Hunter is blowing my mind out because he has every fucking tool there is, and in this guest posing, he looked amazing.
Yeah,
I just wish he'd have showed his quads a little more besides these freaking shorts.
Yeah,
you know,
he usually wears trunks.
Yeah, like I can't pick nothing off of Hunter because even with that pec tear, it's healing up really good. Like, you know, he still had like a little golf ball, but it's healing up. This back is like, man, Hunter he just gotta dial it in because he have more than enough muscle. It's not the muscle that he's lacking. You know, he just gotta dial it in. Like Hunter is another one, like with Andrew Jack, I expect so much more out of him. You know, with what he have to bring and all the attributes that he bring. And it's like his shape is ridiculous. He holds so much mass. And you see how he going in his transition, how he keeping that midsection tight.
He's 300 pounds.
Yeah, and he's keeping it tight and he's not a week out. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a different, like you could tell who really is practicing their posing and transitions in between and recording them versus someone doing it for a picture. Because a picture, you're going to get the best shot. But when the person is, it's tight coming out.
That was going to say, even when he's walking out, even when he walks out, it's work. It's work to hold it in. You can tell he's like walking really stiff, like holding his waist in.
Yeah. Look at that. And look, the setup, it was not going to go big, then come in. Like, that's why I'm like, I can't pick nothing apart on Hunter because for one, we don't know what show he have in mind. We don't know how far he out. So it's hard because it's like this guy, like he's just complete. Hunter is complete. He's complete.
So
like I can literally watch Hunter pose like as long as he want to pose, you know.
Tight midsection in between each pose. He's sucked it in there a little bit.
Yeah, and look at the pec. He's learning how to hide and bring it up because he, you know, that tissue gonna have to be breaking down, and it takes a long while because I had that same pec tear with the same golf ball, and it took a long time to get that to break down. You got to break it down with your fingers on a daily to get those fibers to start back connecting and breaking them down. Besides just all the deep tissues, you got to do it too on your own. And I can tell that he's doing the work because it was terrible last year, and it's much better now.
Yeah,
much better because that's the only thing that we have that we can knock him on. But with just looking at him right now, even with that flaw, it's like this dude, like even his tan look good right now. Dude.
Yeah, he was prepared. Yeah,
you know, like he's like the dude is he's just a machine, dude. I would love to find something off with him, but I can't. You know, like I can't find. Okay, turn your hat around.
Lose the hat. Yeah. His life is bodybuilding. His father's Labrada. His life is bodybuilding. This is his full-time job. This is what it should be. And most bodybuilders, it is your full-time job.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just like, man, some of these guys, he can't get it right. But even when he raises his hand like that, he keeps.
Look, it's still tight.
Professional.
He's so textbook with that, and you can look the walkout. Just his walkout.
Confident. Yeah.
It's man, the confidence awesome. like it was a show, right?
It was a show. That's how it's done. And then we can go back quick to Nick Walker when he was walking out. You're gonna see he didn't hold it as much.
Look at that
sticking out. And then just drops it right down.
You said just drops it. You said just drops it. And that's exactly what he did.
And because he's focusing on his quads, he's trying to set it up, and he forgot and just let the waist go.
He forgot the rookie mistake.
Yeah, and you would think he'd be aware, like, man, but he's not thinking at all about it because he doesn't want people to see that because they know we're gonna call him out on it.
Exactly.
So that sucks.
The beauty of it. Sorry about that, man. The beauty of it is Nick uses he looks for someone with negative criticism because he used that as drive and fire.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing about Nick. So I don't have to worry about him taking the critique
No.
harshly or like a motherfucker trying to shit on him or anything. But he knows that he made a rookie mistake with that because Nick Walker would never do that, and he did what a Nick Walker wouldn't do.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
but I'm sure he ain't gonna make that mistake at the New York if he lets that thing go on again.
No, hell no, he's not.
Yeah, so Samson controlling his weight, but this is him supposedly clean, nothing, no gear, 100% off, and it looks like it. Yeah,
yeah. And he's actually looked a whole lot better than I thought he was going to look for to have a 2-month break with nothing but food. And he's vacuuming in harder than when he's on.
Yeah, because he's lighter, I'm assuming he's a little lighter.
That's why I just really hope Samson made the right decision with what route he's taking, because it can go bad or it can go good.
Yeah, it could go good for him. Right. I mean, I hope it does. I mean, I want to see him fucking battling on the stage with everybody. I don't want to see him go backwards. And that's been both me and your concern, is that he might go backwards going to Kuwait.
Look at that back. It's like he got a lot of hardness going on to like his back looked real good in that double. Yeah. Even with this lat spread and his hamstrings, you can see him a whole lot now. And it's like, for him to be clean, I know he's clean because, like, I'm one of those that go cold turkey as well. I don't believe in PCTN. I don't believe in cruise. I believe in jumping the fuck off and just stay on top of my food, you know. And he's looking 100% better than I thought he was going to look.
Yeah, you know, you can see the delts are smaller because he's not poking up gear every day, so they come down after you stop injecting in there. So that's coming back down. But you know what? I do, you know, I'm not saying I've been hard on Samson. We've been reporting on him because there's been so much going on with Samson Dauda. But he'll probably be quiet for a while now, and you weren't going to hear much about him. And that's pretty much it. And we wish him the best, and he gets his shit together, and he gets fucking shredded and comes in and blows everyone away. But time will tell with Samson Dauda. Derek Lunsford. They finally posted one, so I didn't add it to my other video, but let's take a look here. What was your thoughts on Derek?
Derek still looked like how he did last year to me. His legs, of course, is bigger, but we know when he come down, they're going to get smaller. But the thing that I noticed is still in that chest area is just still soft.
It's still soft.
It's just still soft.
With the biceps.
The biceps are still soft. You know, and those should be locked in for someone to be having fucking shredded glutes right now. You know, but he looks great. I expect this from Derek. You know, I expect this from him. So I'm not impressed and I'm not disappointed at all, because I expect nothing but the best from him. You know.
Yeah. His quads do look bigger, but again, they always do look big when
he come down with conditioning, then they're gone. Then and like Milo say, he start riding a horse then.
Yes, he spreads them apart. Yeah, because he loses that thickness. But so if that happens again and Hadi Chupan's standing next to him,
he can't do that. If it happens, he can't do that again, because Hadi is on fire.
Yeah.
You know, the worst thing you could do to a person is take something away from them when they still have a lot in the tank.
Yeah.
Because it would be like Jay Cutler. They counted Jay out and he still has some in the tank. And he came back. And when he came back better than ever, took that mug and got 2 more, got another one behind that. And when he did retire and lose, it was on his terms. It just, he didn't expect to be done like that by his protege, Phil Heath, you know. But so Derek, see, look, it's soft in the chest, even on the side chest. Yeah, the side chest is still extremely pillow soft, but every part of else on his body, his biceps and his chest is still soft. And I don't understand for the life of me why.
Yeah, like, and Hani Aramba was saying, well, he's younger and he hasn't been really training heavy in the front pose.
I don't care. heavy is not
Those
gonna
kids, there's young
make
kids
it.
that are more shredded when they've been training 2 years.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you.
yeah, right. So like
These
what?
young kids with their chest striated in a
Yeah.
bun.
So it's
Teenagers.
yeah. So you can't say that was Hani Rambat's kind of defense. It was, well, he's younger and he hasn't really been pushing that hard with the chest presses and stuff like that from the front, and so that's why it's not showing through. It's like, dude,
Okay, so this is a new year and it's still soft.
yeah.
So
not,
if you notice, why would you, like, even when he was on 212, it still was the same issues. So it's like, and you've been his coach, so if you notice, why you not pushing him harder then on the chest? Let's stop making excuses. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
His genetic makeup in that part is not there. He has it everywhere but those two areas, you see, and those are his Achilles heels. And all Hadi have to do is come in like he did for that Arnold, Ohio. He's going to get his title back, because I don't see no one beating that Hadi that we seen in Ohio, let alone the Hadi that we seen in, what was that? Not Brazil, the UK.
Yeah.
It's like, that Hadi is dangerous. And I didn't think Hadi could bring that waist in. Hadi brought that waist in.
Oh, man, the vacuum.
Hiding it. He brought it in.
He did. And the little quads looked bigger, which was crazy. Glutes were a little bit more strided. Everything else was more strided than before. Do you know if Chris Psycho Lewis is on YouTube? Because someone that's in the chat is called Psycho Fitness 21.
Yeah, that's coach.
Is that the real Chris Lewis?
That's Chris Lewis. That's coach. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's here. He's like, Andrew isn't in prep mode here.
That's what I'm saying. Andrew still looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay, then. Yeah. If he's not really prepping hard at 11 weeks out, okay. I mean, I hope he kicks into gear. Like, Chris, if that's you, if this is Chris Psycho Lewis in the chat.
No, that's coach. Ain't nobody else going to use that.
Okay. So Chris, I should give him the link. He can come join us, because that would be a great conversation.
If he was to join us, trust me, he is not going to hold back.
Yes, that's what I want.
I'll say some shit.
Yeah,
he is not going to fucking hold back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said, if, like I say, he got Chris Aceto doing that diet, and he got Dakota's coach, trainer, Psycho. So even if he was 11 weeks out, that's what I'm trying to tell you. 11 weeks is more than enough time. It's more than enough time, because Chris took me from being natural with 2 years. You see what I'm saying? At 210, 200, so I was really low in weight with no muscle, just a nice, physique of somebody that's natural, not running shit for the most part, right? And we had 12 weeks. Now, I'm not saying it was an easy 12 weeks to get my body to start firing, but we accomplished so much and got it firing so crazy. And then the day of weigh-ins, we still had to pull 7 pounds off. Literally, like, maybe we was down to a wire to pull 7 more pounds off. And we didn't have nowhere to pull it off, but we managed. You see, so the conditioning, and then we just had to try to refeed me to get me back fuller and all of this. And, like Tarek said on the interview, like, Mac conditioning was crazy, prejudged, but at night, like, he was even tighter. What did you do? And all he was doing was sodium loading me. I wasn't eating much. I didn't really do no eating. It was just sodium, distilled water, Coke Zero. It was just mainly sodium with me. And we just pump up. And that's why I'm telling you, those two Chris's with someone that's in the condition of Andrew Jack, they can change his body in 6 weeks, because Chris is the same guy that had Sean Roden when Sean Roden was fat as fuck 6 weeks, 4 weeks out. And then come game time, he's crazy. Like, like, you already seen how he looked when he did win the Olympia and all of that. So it's like, man, like, dude got the formula. They got the formula, and Andrew Jack is a good canvas for them to work on.
Yeah.
A good canvas.
So Chris Psycho Lucas is his trainer, right? And then Chris Aceto does his nutrition. And yeah, I mean, I want to see an impressive Andrew Jack on the Texas Pro stage. I want him to qualify. I want him to get to Olympia and dominate. And I just hope he can bring in that condition. That's all my only thing about Andrew.
That's why I keep telling you, I wouldn't even worry. I'm not even worried about it because I
we're-
know for a fact the conditioning and all that is not going to be hard because he's new to bodybuilding. They got him now. Now is 4 years or so that he's been bodybuilding besides just being a heavy lifter. So his body is getting more and more conditioned to this. He did a whole lot of competitions for to be new at this. So his body know how it feels to dry out, to fill out now. He know that feeling, but as far as connecting the hamstring and glute and all that from the sides, he got to still learn that within himself. That's not so much of something that you can be taught because it's a muscle-mind connection to make those nerves twitch and work. Because for a long time, if you squeeze your glutes, you know your hamstring gonna suck in. So you got to know how to let the hamstring hang with locking the glute at the same time. And that's hard. It's like trying to make your pec jump. You know, like when you first learn how to make your pec
figure
jump,
it out.
it's like you making your shoulders and your back, everything moving but the damn pec. That's the only thing that I see Andrew going through right now with that side shots because he got front, he got back, he got ab, he got all that down packed because his abs was better than everybody's in this freaking guest posing.
Yes.
And this is someone 300 pounds. You know, and I'm glad Chris jumped in because he said he's not prepping for anything. So that makes it even more credible when I say that, you know, he must be coming off of a prep. So that's still a good, clean off season. Anytime your abs can show as clear as he is, that's a clean off season for a big man. You know, for a big man, we're not talking about 210, 230 pound guy. We talking about big guys, big muscles and shit like that. That's like with Nick, his abs shows a lot even when he's off season. That's why I always tip my hat to him, even though he have a wide waist, but them abs is going to always display how your conditioning is really, how it really is. How do you always have abs even, you know, to off season? So that right there is what let me know who's going to be a problem when it comes time to dialing it in.
Yeah, and you know what? Prove me wrong, I guess, Andrew Jack, and
just watch.
Just bring those shredded glutes.
I went through it. Look, I went through it with this man. Plus, I watched him coach some of the best for over a few decades. Like me and Chris, they're really friends. Me and Psycho and me and Chris, we are really friends. You see what I'm saying? So I know things that I would never share from both of these men, just like I know how hard it is for them to push certain people to get them exactly where they want. Because when he wants you to get a certain way, he's going to push you hard. Like he pushed me so hard in the gym. That's why with the cardio, it's really non-existent with me. So like with the trick with me, you got to take me up and then just let my metabolism do what it's going to do. Because my metabolism is what's going to bring my conditioning in, not the fucking cardio. But, you know, he was the only one that was willing to listen to me. And he let me prove it that I wasn't just talking to be talking. And when both of us put it together, it was crazy. The difference is Andrew Jack don't know that much about himself yet. So he's learning as well as, you know, he's learning with them. So they using every tool they have. So Andrew, this is not his life. This is just becoming his life. So once he really learned what do well with his body, he's going to really be up. That's when he's going to take that time.
I guess I'm just harder on him. I think he's been competing long enough. He's got the best coaches in the world. He's got the best trainer in the world.
I ain't been competing long enough yet for that.
I guess you've seen guys like Phil. You like see like guys like Phil Heath who just fucking win the USAs, right? And then boom, they win the fucking first pro show they do, and then they fucking get to Olympia, and they're in the top 5, and then they're fucking.
But how many Phils are there?
Probably like not many at all in the world. So
there's none.
There's none, right? No one can do what Phil did.
It's one Phil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lee Haney's. How many? It's none. It's one. None. So it's like that's rare that we gonna have these stars come and they do what our expectations are for them to do. So in his defense, if he was already bodybuilding at least 10 years, it would be a whole lot more
Yes.
smoother for him transitioning to our expectations. But he don't have that. He's still building that. He's
That's
building.
the worry. That's the worry.
And-
I guess
and
I
he
over worry
has-
about things.
And he have a great team. So I know for a
That's what I'm
fact
said. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
team is getting them there a whole lot faster than what anyone will get them there.
Mhm. Yeah. I guess last year, Psycho Lewis said, you're going to be shocked when you see Andrew. And then he came
But
out
I
on
ain't
the
gonna lie, I
stage.
was shocked with his conditioning. He sacrificed the muscle, but
Yeah.
that conditioning, that thin skin and all that, and if he could have hit the side poses, it would have highlighted even more. Now,
Yeah.
the conditioning, because that's all they was worried about at first. They kept saying, bring his conditioning, bring his conditioning.
Yeah.
They brought that. And his conditioning still placed him high.
Yeah.
Andrew Jack never placed terrible. He never placed terrible yet. So until he started declining, I'm not gonna look at it as he should do better because he's still up climbing.
He's still going up. 100%. You can see Andrew in the lineup there, just towering over.
Yeah,
Nick.
like him and Samson is man amongst boys far as they stature and they frame,
Yes.
but Andrew, he's just a different machine, Like I'm impressed for him to not to be his lifestyle, and he making it his lifestyle, and he surpassed so many, and he's holding them away though. He's going to competition to qualify for the Olympia, taking it from folks like Hunter.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
And
that
he can
knows
get
how
it.
to hit all the poses.
Yeah. Yeah. He's getting.
So,
I wouldn't say he's getting away with it. He's so genetically gifted that he doesn't have the peeled glutes like Hunter does to win a show.
and he just don't ever get them.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking, but he'll get close to that title if he continues to get a little drier and drier and brings a sharper look and sharper separation in the quads. He didn't have that at the Olympia. And he can go up into that fourth, into that third, knock Nick Walker out, and be right on the doorstep.
From my experience and my years of knowing Chris, I think if Chris was to have Andrew for at least 3 months with him, we'll see what you want to see.
Okay.
I guarantee you. Because like when I'm watching they videos, when they upload them, I know how to count back the dates or whatever. I think Chris probably only having them like 6 weeks, 6 weeks, no more than 7 weeks at a time. And that's not enough for Chris to really do what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Because the more time you give him 12 weeks, 16 weeks, the more you give him, the more you're going to gain. Look at Sean Roden glutes. His glutes was ridiculous.
Yes.
His hamstring was ridiculous. And guess what? Psycho had him year round. Once he came to Psycho, even when Dexter was with Psycho, you see what I'm saying? They both had that deep detail, and that's something that you're going to develop with the style of training. That's not what you're going to develop with your eating because it's in you, but that trainer is a good trainer will bring it out of you. Because he just need more time. I think he need more time with Andrew. Andrew just need to cut some of the things out and get his ass down to the California and get with Chris for at least 3 months and let him bring you to the top, because he brought Sean Roden to the top. Sean had his jaw broke, wired up. He still took 5th place. Yeah. And Sean was really small before, so he had to eat his way through a straw up to take 5th place. So Sean was small as shit. Did nobody know that? Yeah. Psycho helped getting all the way up there to the top, both of the Chris's. You see what I'm saying? And then the following year, he won. You see, and that's because his jaw wasn't broke and he was able to train fully. Psycho used to drive all the way up North Cali just to train him. Psycho, once he devote his time and commit and say that he's going to help and work with you, that motherfucker going to go through hell and high water for you, because he's passionate about this, and if he see it in you, he know he can bring it out of you. And Andrew just need to get down there. He need to allow psycho to bring that shit out of him. And he's only giving them so much to, he's giving them a little time to work with him. The little time that he has that he's working with him, he's doing tremendous things. But I just think if he get more time, because I know what he can do with the time with people. I already watched it. I've been watching it forever. I've been around this guy forever, I know what he can do. He got a weird way of training.
Mm-hmm.
It's a method to his madness, though.
Yeah, man.
It's a method to his madness. I don't question it. I just okay, I do it. Why? Because I see his work. He's hands-on.
Definitely. He's hands-on, literally. Fuck the way
he's hands-on.
Yeah.
Look, Andrew can't even rock.
No.
He can't rock because he wants nothing but the rear being hit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if he see you can't do it on your own, he gonna apply that weight on you. He gonna throw that 300 on your ass, and you better learn how to connect. And this just show you that Andrew don't really know how to connect. Yeah, he's learning.
Yeah,
he's learning, and he's getting better though. Because this guest posing, I was really impressed because he was big and lean though. He wasn't sloppy. He wasn't fat, and he had full abs.
Yeah.
Look at him, wore out. Look at that.
Dead.
Dude, I'm telling you, he just need time with this dude.
Yeah, Chris, the training ain't, I don't think there's the issue. It's just, bringing in that condition and getting over time as he gets better. He has
a lot of it has to do with the training, though, because he's working out elsewhere. Right?
Yes, in Dubai,
and he comes get him to where he's trying to go.
Yeah,
you got to be with the ones that's trying to get that's trying to get you where you're trying to go. You got to be with them because they've been here.
Yeah. Chris pushes him past his limit. Maybe when he's at home, he's not doing that. He's just kind of with a dude in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we thought he was going to come in at that Pittsburgh looking terrible because he was in fucking chill mode. But you can tell he's working hard, but I know he can work harder.
Okay. All right. Well, are you still sticking with your New York Pro predictions with Nick winning?
Yeah. I'm not changing that.
Yeah. Okay. So still Nick winning. So you had Nick.
I got Nick. I got it written down. I got Nick. I got Tonio. I got Quentin. I got Beef. And I got Martin.
Nick, Tonio, Quentin, Beef, Martin. I had Nick, Quentin, Tonio, Martin, and Beef.
Yeah.
You swapped those two.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm kind of a little bit thinking that Tonio might shock us a little bit and take out Quentin.
He definitely going to watch because the only thing he got to do is get them deep lines back in his legs.
Yeah.
Because he don't have no time to be building his upper chest up to get it bigger. That's going to have to come after his next offseason start. But he can also, he can improve it some. But the lines deep in them quads that I've seen with my own eyes is all he needs. Mm-hmm. I seen them shits firsthand with my own eyes, how deep them fucking quads lines get, and that's all he need. And if he have those deep lines like how Dexter have in his, man, it's problems for a lot of people. Nobody better not get caught slipping. We already seen last year 2 people got caught slipping. He took the 8th place.
Yes.
He have a taste for a higher placing now. So, and look, remember I was saying when the bigger the leg, the harder it is to get the lines to show. Yeah. Look at Quentin, big leg. If we look at it, the right leg, how big it is, and the lines are less detailed than the other, than his smaller leg.
Yeah.
Case in point. So it's like the bigger those the more meat you have on them quads, the harder it is to get the detail to show. But Quentin got to be careful because if he can't fill out, because I think he's depleting so much, if he can't fill out and get those quads going, because from the rear, them hamstrings are so narrow, and he have no sweep on those quads from the rear, he's going to be exposed by Tonio. Nick is going to expose him because from the rear, Nick is the perfect bodybuilder. You can't tell you have short legs. You can't tell that he don't have quad sweeps because from the rear, It's dangerous with Nick. So it's like, and that's what I'm saying though. He just have like, if everybody play their cards right, they could challenge Nick, because Nick just showed us some rookie mistakes. I know he's gonna clean up on those stuff. So I'm glad he made them now instead of doing it at that damn New York Pro, because I'd have been very disappointed.
Yes.
But it's not going to be a cakewalk, that's for sure, because he gave all these dudes a whole lot of fuel, and they're amped up.
Yeah,
they are amped up.
Beef stew could, like, wouldn't it be shocking if Nick came in like third or fourth? Judges are like, no.
Yeah, I don't think that ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen.
No,
that ain't going to happen. That's just like saying, wouldn't it be shocking if fucking somebody on a stage pull out a gun and shoot someone? You know what I'm saying? On stage, pull it out their
shit, don't say that.
Trunks.
Shit.
Pull it out their
that hasn't happened yet at the bodybuilding show. We don't need that to happen.
Yeah, so it's like Nick not coming in third to no one in this show.
No, he's just too fucking thick and dense. He's gonna probably dominate the show still, even with the waist issue. And not make those mistakes, like you said, let that gut hang out, and take home the second New York Pro title. So Mac, we're gonna wrap it up, but I want to give us an update. We didn't get your video, but you're gonna post it later.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it real soon. But while we on Stu, what do you think?
So I have him fifth, but I don't know. He looks a little harder than Martin. And
definitely. I don't think Martin's gonna beat him, because Beef have shape as well. He has shape as well.
He does.
You see what I'm saying? And they just around the same height.
Yeah. When I ask the people in the chat, who do you think? Yeah.
Beef Stew is a big boy.
Yes, he is. He's thick. He's big.
We sitting in the pump up room, and I'm looking like, damn, this kid is huge.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a big 245 right there. He looked like he was 265.
Yeah. See, you have that. Because I was wondering, Mac, you said you put Beef ahead of Martin. I'm like, okay, Mac must have a little upper hand because he's seen this guy in person.
Man, I was on stage with this motherfucker getting my ass kicked. Getting my ass kicked.
Yeah.
This right here, what we seeing right here is nothing in person. He looks 10 times more grainy, more thin skin, more conditioned in person than this shit right here.
Yeah.
And we can't find water on this man.
No,
we know he's loaded down with water right now.
Yeah. Totally drinking lots of water right now.
Like, his legs gotten bigger. His upper is tremendously big, but his legs have gotten bigger. He's constantly growing. Beef Stew, Stew is another one that have not been doing this long.
Yeah.
And for him to not be doing it this long, he have a lot of mature muscle.
He does.
And that's like when they say Derek, he been doing it longer than Stu. And Stu have the hardness in that chest and in those biceps. So it's just a genetic thing. It's a genetic thing.
Yeah.
Another year, this dude gonna be
He's dangerous.
Because he's hell right now. He's gonna be dangerous. Another year, man.
But
I'm such a fan of these dudes, right?
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a fucking battle.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a battle, man. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's gonna be a battle. We checked out everyone pretty much just in the lineup. We do have Tim Budashine. I don't think he's reposted any of. This is probably the most recent. No, it's not. Okay, I can't see anything there. But this one.
Right he just got it for the cover.
He's tricking us there. But he's gnarly too. So maybe
his conditioning and hardness is on another level. But that shape. When you have guys that have half that with shape, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble. And we haven't talked about who's in the show is Justin. What's your take on Justin?
Justin in the show?
Yeah, I said when I was talking to Dennis, we were talking. I was like, Justin Rodriguez, and I said, "Is Justin Rodriguez?" And so he's like, "Yeah, I already mentioned he's in the show." So
Really?
yeah.
He needed to take a break.
I know he's doing so many shows, right?
Oh man.
What does it
I'm
say
not
here?
even gonna say nothing about this, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it
I
says
don't want to do
NYC.
it.
It says NYC in the hashtag. Yeah, he's doing the New York.
Yeah, I listen, Matt. Don't ask me what I think. I don't
Say
want
it.
to
Say
do
it.
it.
This is uncensored.
He just need to take a break. That's all I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
Okay.
He need to give his body some rest. He's been going so hard for some years now. He need to give his body some rest because that midsection and gotten so wide, you know, and I don't care about how good a motherfucker look on these videos and
Mhm.
pictures because when we see him on stage, Justin is not delivering, and he
No,
need
it's
to
not.
take a break. Whoever is in his corner, they
Jacob.
is yes man because they not like being honest with him. He needs to take a break.
Yeah,
Look at that
like
one leg.
yeah,
He need a break.
this is getting burnt out.
I wonder how many. I wonder how many pictures he ran through to give us this
Mm,
right here. Like, give us video of this
yeah.
shit. Like anybody could find a really cool picture and post and screenshot and put it, and you know what I'm saying? Because when we seeing it, look like
Mhm.
he
Yeah.
need a break, dude.
Yeah.
Because he's actually a good bodybuilder.
Yeah, man, he's done well. And
He's actually a good bodybuilder. It's just he need a break, and I don't know why he's not trying to give himself a break. Bodybuilding
yeah,
is going to be there. He just need a little break. He just at least need a 6 month something. He need a
yeah,
fucking break.
he needed a break. He needed a break. And he went to Detroit Pro. He got beat by Ronald
He
Gordon.
got by people that shouldn't have beat him.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
beating him. That is a
So
clear sign. He need a fucking break.
and you're going into the New York Pro where it's even harder and a deeper lineup.
Monsters.
So shit.
He going to a mini Olympia.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So take a break, Justin. Well, he's doing the show, so we'll see how he does. That's kind of
it's about to be the old school night of the champions he walking into because back in the days that shit was stacked.
yes.
When it was night of the champions, New York Pro was night of the champions. He's about to walk his ass into that Lions den. See, he don't want to get forced into retirement, so he need to just take a break.
Yeah, I don't. He's not
How
really
old
making
is
any.
he? Do you know?
Oh, I think he's probably close to 40 or maybe in his 40s now. So yeah, man. So maybe near the end of the line.
It's just
For his because his midsection just gotten blown out so much. The rest of his okay, but
it's blown out like a cartoon cigar.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I want to talk about a little bit you back about your how you're feeling. We will see your video later today on your Instagram. People will check him out. How are you feeling? How's the mood? Is the energy? Are you getting a little crabby? Are you getting a little grumpy?
Same old.
Okay.
Same old. It's just, I've been doing it so long. Like I said on the minutes, I just ain't never take nothing serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm focused on this like I did when last time I worked with Psycho. Like I was real focused, driven, because I'm self-driven. I just need layouts in my mind. I don't need to be pushed like that, but it's great, because there's been a lot of times when we get there, coaches just sit down because I'm gonna do it and just watch, and all the other guys, I'm gonna do it. He don't have to hold my hands. Like right now, if I need something or want to know something, I can call him or I can text him and he would give me the information, whether he's coaching me or not. I can ask him about a protocol. I can ask him about a meal. I can ask him about anything. And I'm willing to put my last dime on it. He would still give me the information because he have done it over and over again.
Yeah.
That's why. But right now I just need to prove myself, because once I prove myself to myself, then I'll be like, okay, because I know I'm working against time. Like I know, like I'm a realist. I'm not gonna go and be no top nothing. but I'm not finna go and be no bottom of everything.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. No last places here. I
Yeah.
mean, so
Be known as the guy that comes to the show just to clean up after the show.
yeah. No, so how do you, how, with this update, what are you feeling? You feel like you made some good improvements over the week? How was
Well,
that?
I'm actually a lot tighter, but like
Okay.
the posing room was taken up,
Okay.
so I just put my camera up in the cardio part, right in the middle, and
Oh,
just
okay.
you can see people in the background. So it's like the light, like when I do my
Different.
rear doe, and like you can't really see the
Okay.
detailing like
So
that.
then,
Yeah, and then I forgot my light for that
okay.
part as well. So it's like, but you can see more detail in the legs coming in. The midsection is getting a whole lot tighter.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? The hamstrings are getting a whole lot tighter. The lats, everything is getting a whole lot more tighter. You
Yeah.
know, I'm gonna when we're done with this, I'm gonna make sure I go on and post it so you can see, and then
Yeah.
you can like take it and when you critique the shit, like,
Yes.
and then put it on your critique and how you do
Okay.
it, like you don't even know me. You see what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yep. 100%.
And I think that's better anyway, because I don't want people to be thinking that we being biased because it's me. Because we do say some of the, like, hey, you know that you look crazy, yeah, do, but then like just you're gonna do what you do when I post it and everything. But just I think the lighting is gonna always be off.
It's going to make it look different than what we're used to seeing now. So that's why we want to stay in that same room when we get it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they was in there so freaking long. I'm looking like, come on now. Y'all not even real bodybuilders. Like, out of all the days, I walk up, I'm the only one up there.
Sunday.
These fuckers come right behind me and they go right there. And I'm like, damn, fuck it, I'm gonna set up shop right here. You know, I'm like, we're bodybuilders. We don't care. We'll drop our pants in the fucking grocery store.
Yeah. I hate that when you're eyeing a piece of equipment, and if you're in a busy gym, you're eyeing a piece of equipment and you're like, okay, fuck, it's free. Okay, I'm gonna start walking, and someone just boom right in front of you. You're like, fuck.
Yep. How many sets you got? I'm 8. 8. God damn.
Yeah.
Can I work in with you? I'm gonna work in with you.
Yeah, just fuck this shit. I'm getting in this. Fuck. Yeah, it's funny, but well, it was good to see progress. I'm looking forward to seeing the video. Guys, go check it out on MacTruc's Instagram. Man, we're 9 weeks out. It's gonna go by fast. And but you're gonna be here sooner than later, and it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great. Pro.
Yeah.
So
I'm about to add those damn anadrols in, so those gonna start getting me a whole lot more drier and harder and more dense. I'm adding those in this coming week. So I've been adding the things slowly in. I'm a hyper responder, so I take advantage of that part.
Yeah.
And just slowly putting it together. You'll see. You're not gonna be. You're not. It's more improvement than our last.
Okay. Awesome.
It's more improvement than the last one. So It's not no standstill and it's not no backpedal.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
And you're not checking your weight.
I've been fucking riding this goddamn motorcycle a lot too lately.
Okay.
Yeah. That right there, that's my woo
to escape.
side.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You on that wind therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. No, I seen you on the truck. What type of bike is that? That's it's not a.
That's a Harley Davidson Road Glide.
Okay. Yeah. You got a crew of people you go ride with, and what is it? The name of your, like, I see the jackets you're wearing. Yeah.
Certified Gorillas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out.
I got 6 chapters. I got 6 chapters. Then I have 3 social club with the women and everything. If I count all the members with the women included, probably be like 150, 200 members.
Okay. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty, pretty big. So since I started, I'm sitting at the head of it. And this past 2 years, I haven't did much with them because I've been so on this bodybuilding again. So, but I have great presidents and vice presidents that when put things out there, they attack it and they handle it. So I just said I need to make sure that certain events that we doing, I got to show my face more to them, so they won't think that, because when I'm done with this, I still have that. So I don't want them to be like,
exactly.
Yeah. So it's just balance, finding balance. I always did this. I always low ride and muscle cars, race, and all that weird shit. That's nothing new. It's just now I'm homing in, laser focused with the bodybuilding now more than anything else on the outside.
Good. Awesome. All right, man. Well, I'll let you get to it. I know you got to eat. I got to eat. And we're a little over an hour here. So we'll wrap it up and we will catch you again next week on Sunday around 5:30. 6 shifts kind of fluctuates between that time. And we'll accommodate Mac's training schedule. Yeah, because get ready for a fucking show. So I know how it is, man. It's not fucking easy. So, but I know you enjoy. the process. So we'll get through it. All right, guys. Everyone that joined, thank you for joining, and we will catch you on the next one. All right. Peace.
Oh yeah. Yep. So about to get to it, my brother.
That's right.